'Twas the night before Christmas, my watch I did keep. Not a creature was stirring, not one little sheep. They had just settled down for a long winter's nap, and I had a little lamb asleep on my lap. Suddenly a great sound filled the night sky. There were thousands of angels singing praises on high. I awoke all my friends so they could now see what this blessed night was coming to be. An angel looked down and made it quite clear that indeed on this night we had nothing to fear. He said, "My dear friends, you have nothing to lose, for I am now bringing you some really great news." The angel did say in the town so forlorn that Jesus the Christ child, our Savior, was born. I said to my friends as I laid my lamb down, "Come, let us go to that Bethlehem town." So we left our hillside, the Savior to seek, and we came to a stable ever so bleak. The scene was filled with a heavenly light, for my Savior was born on that holy night. There was Mommy and Dad midst the straw and the hay, and in a wood manger the sweet baby lay. What a feeling I had as I looked at the child, sleeping so soundly, so meek and so mild. I knew in an instant that God did love me, for He sent His Son to die on a tree. Did you ever know that I knelt at His cross? I accepted His gift, and He forgave all my dross. So if you're wondering this Christmas what you should give Him your heart, then you'll know how to live. For His blood is now flowing, it's full and it's free. My friend, He'll forgive you, for He forgave me.
Come, thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free from our fears and sins. Release us, let us find our rest in thee. Israel's strength and consolation, hope of all the earth thou art, dear desire of every nation, joy of every longing heart. Born thy people to deliver, born a child and yet a king, born to reign in us forever. Now thy gracious kingdom bring, by thine own eternal Spirit, rule in all our hearts alone. By thine own sufficient merit, raise us to thy glorious throne. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you, holy Lord. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you, holy. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you, holy Lord. Shout your praise, our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout your praise, our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout your praise, our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout your praise, our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs, so we'll pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you, holy. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you, holy Lord. Child, Emmanuel, hope of all the ages, and the cry of every heart bowing down. We lift you up. You're the one we worship. You're the one we love. We adore you. We adore you. We adore you, Jesus. We adore you. We adore you. We adore you, Jesus. Holy Child, Emmanuel, hope of all the ages, and the cry of every heart bowing down. We lift you up. You're the one we worship. You're the one we love. We adore you. We adore you. We adore you, Jesus. We Bethlehem one holy night, a host of angels filled the sky. They sang to tell the world who waits, our Savior comes this Christmas day. God is with us, Christ our Savior, Jesus our Emmanuel. He shall reign, our King forever, the hope of Israel. The wise men traveled from afar, they followed close a shining star, with costly gifts before him lay. Our King was born this Christmas day. God is with us, Christ our Savior, Jesus our Emmanuel. He shall reign, our King forever. He's the hope of Israel. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Let violence and all hatred end. For born to us the Prince of Peace, this Christmas day our song shall be. God is with us, Christ our Savior, Jesus our Emmanuel. He shall reign, our King forever. He's the hope of Israel. God is with us, Christ our Savior, Jesus our Emmanuel. He shall reign, our King forever. He's the hope of Israel. You're the hope of Israel.
And while they were there, the time came for the baby to be born. She gave birth to her firstborn, a son, and she wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn. Where does the creator of the universe send his son? Where does the Prince of Peace make his entrance? A barn, a stable, a manger of all places. Certainly no place fit for a king. But then again, this was no ordinary king. The Savior is born in a stable. So there are animals and animal stuff, manure, mud, a pitiful place for a human, much less the King of Kings. So why? Why would he do that? Because the shepherd was coming to care for his sheep, to make a way for his sheep. And that's what shepherds do. They live where the sheep are, they eat where they eat, and they sleep where they sleep. And this will be a sign to you. You will find the babe wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger. You ever thought about that sign? A sign for what? Maybe it is a sign that Jesus is accessible to everyone. Maybe it's a sign that the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills can relate to a homeless person. That God will have nothing to do with the social status of mankind. Either way, it's a sign for all of us to go and do likewise. You see, later, Paul would write these words, that you should have the same attitude as Jesus Christ, who, being in the nature God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but he humbled himself. He made himself nothing, becoming a servant, coming in human likeness. The Creator, who had been served since before the dawn of time, stepped out of heaven to become a servant. Who does that? The God who's laid in a manger, a messy feeding trough. Yeah. Why such a messy place? Because he came to save messy people. So, that first Christmas was dirty, grimy, filthy. It was messy. But thank God it was. Because without it, what a mess we'd be in.
They journeyed far, a weary pair. They sought for shelter from the cold night air, some place where she could lay her head, where she could give her babe a quiet bed. Was there no room, no corner there, in all the town, a spot someone could spare? Was there no soul come to their aid? A stable bare was where the family stayed. Do you have room for the Savior? And do you seek him anew? Have you a place for the one who lived and died for you? Are you as humble as a shepherd boy, or as wise as men of old? Would you have come that night? Would you have sought the light? Do you have room? A star arose, a wondrous light, a sign from God. This was the holy night, and yet so few would go to see the babe who came to rescue you and me. This child divine is now a king, the gift of life to all the world he brings. And all mankind he saves from doom, but on that night for him there was no room. Do you have room for the Savior? And do you seek him anew? Have you a place for the one who lived and died for you? Are you as humble as a shepherd boy, or as wise as men of old? Would you have come that night? Would you have sought the light? Do you have room? Will you come to
it on the mountain, over the hills and far away. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds kept their watching o'er silent flocks by night, behold, from out the heavens there shone a heavenly light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and far away. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. And lo, when they had seen it, they all bowed down and prayed, then traveled in together to where the baby lay. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and far away. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.